Hey guys, it's Tony with Back with Biker Magazine. It's February 18th, and I've been out shoveling ourselves out of a huge snowstorm in this anorak, and I have been super warm because one of the reasons is I had the Zipple heat bank turned up to 3 inside this anorak. This came out of BattlBox, and this is one bad little dude. Stay warm. Hey guys, that ham warmer out of BattlBox mission number 84 was dope. We're going to talk about the rest of the mission today. Hang tight. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm kind of excited about this month only because I think that we're seeing BattlBox turning the corner and keeping their word on changing their outlook and their approach and their business model in regards to what gear they put in the boxes. They're up in their game, and you're going to be able to see that here. So just to get this out of the way right away, is that BattlBox, for those of you that are new, comes in a 4-tier configuration. What I mean by that is that there's the basic, which is $29.99. The Advanced, which is $59.99. The Pro Box is $109.99, and the Pro Plus, also called the Knife of the Month, is $159.99, and one box builds upon the other. You know, you buy the Advanced box, you're going to get everything in the basic. You buy the Pro Box, you're going to get everything in the Advanced and the basic. See what I'm saying? So the best bang for your buck is obviously the Pro Plus, which is $159.99, and you usually end up with at least doubling your money. So with that being said, let me get off into this month's BattlBox mission number 84. The first item in here is the Climate V seat. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen any things by Climate, but they make some very, very good products, and we have reviewed several of them. One of my favorite products was the Climate V. They call it the Static Recon, and it was a sleeping pad that's made in the same configuration of this V as this seat, right? And this is one cool little item. I'm going to give you an example. If you've ever been out in the woods, especially hunting in the cold, rainy, damp fall or winter time, and you failed to take something out with you because you didn't want to carry something extra just to sit on. Well, that's where this little puppy comes in, because once the air is let out of this here, let me just show you here. I blew it up, I've been sitting on it, but once you get all the air up out of this thing, it will fold up so small, it blows your mind. It'll blow your mind. And it's made out of very heavy duty material. You can actually lean on this as well as sit on it. You can put it down on the ground. You can kneel on this thing. You can put it behind your back, go up against a tree, whatever you might want to do. And then when you want to fold this joker up, it actually folds down so small you could fit it in a pizocket. Okay, put it right in your pocket. So they give this a value of $16.99. We're just going to call it $17. Comes with the strap also here. I'm not going to put the strap back on it right now, just for the sake of time. But that is well worth that. You know, I teach this in classes. You don't know how much a piece of gear is worth to you until you need it and you don't have it. $17 for a piece of kit like this is well worth it. Next time that your tail is on the ground and you are starting to feel the transference of that cold coming up into your rump, you'll think about Tony telling you to get out there and get a BattlBox, the basic box, because this is a great ad. And again, 17 bucks, perfect. The next item in the basic box is called the No So Custom BattlBox patches. They put BattlBox's logo. I seen these in the summer of 2021 at the Mackinac River. A friend of mine runs a guide service there, and he's got different rafts, and just the nature of the beast. Rafts are going to get holes, punctures in them, something like that. That's where these guys come in, but not just for rafting, but they will go on tents, any type of shelter, any type of clothing that is a flat surface that the adhesive will stick to. The only caveat about using those is that you need a heat source to be able to lock down the adhesive. You got to clean the area, take off the paper off the back of these, you put it on the surface, and then you have to use a blow dryer, a heat gun. That's if you're in your shop or at home. You can do that without a problem. But what do you do when you're out in the bush and you don't have your blow dryer with you? Okay, well, what you do is you can set this out in the sun, maybe over a rock, and allow the sun to beam down on that, and it will start to lock down that adhesive. You let it cool. This thing is good to go. It's not going to come off your shelter. It's not going to come off your raft. It's not going to come off your rain jacket. Nothing. This is a great ad. I really appreciate these. I've been wanting to reach out and to grab some of these since I saw them, and out of sight, out of mind. But this is another one of those products I just make mention of. You don't know how bad you need these in your kit, just to be sitting there waiting until you need one and you don't have it. Now this month also, with this from No-So, is a 30%, yes, this is a 30% off card from No-So off your next order. So I don't care if you order a case, you order 10, whatever. I will probably go out and order a case of these to have here around the shop, because we are always needing them. And for 30% off, you really can't beat that. They give this a value of $20. So remember, you're into this box for $29, and already you're at $37 with the first two products. Now, one of the other questions that we constantly get about BattlBox, especially the basic box, people wanting to get in on the low end just to kind of check it out, is they ask, do they ever put knives in? And yes, they do. And I've seen some pretty dope knives like this from Fox Edge, the Olea. And this is not a toy knife. I mean, for this to be in the basic box, I think they did a great job here. Negotiating skills for them is getting much, much better. And it's made out of, the steel is a little boutique steel, HCR 13 MOV. It's not the top of the line boutique steel, but man, for what you're getting here, a super duper, I hope you can see them hairs popping off my hand right there. Always Fox Edge has sharp knives. This is pretty good here. It's got olive wood scales. It has a tip-up clip on it here. It's a tight platform, man. I mean, it is a really good knife to be in the BattlBox basic box. They give it a value of only $30, which we all thought that was a little bit low, but it's very easy. The only thing that I would say about this knife that I would do is, if you have the tools to take these scales off, sand them a little bit on both sides, and then treat them with either boiled linseed oil with turpentine or bush butter. Wood Tramp Gear's bush butter. That's what we'll probably put on here, and it'll protect your olive wood handle. So they give this a value of $29.95. We'll call it $30. So already that's $30. That's $67 in gear, and you only paid $29.99. As I said, they're turning the corner, putting better gear in. All right, the next one is the Advanced Box Mission 84, and this is a really cool item right here. If you've ever been out at nighttime and had to use a headlamp of any sort to work on a vehicle, I'm thinking about my Harley. I've had to work on the Harley in the middle of the night. I always carry a headlamp with me. Obviously, I got a small kit I carry with me, and that is a headlamp. But all the headlamps that I've ever used have been centrally focused, and you can widen them out, the beam, but it washes out when you do. And with this particular product from Lightband, you don't have that, all right? And I'm going to show you why. This is the Lightband Active 520, and this is a 210 degree illumination device, right? It's rechargeable, lithium ion, and it will light up the entire area around here. Now I know this is going to blind you when I turn it on. I apologize for that. I'll try to keep my head down a little bit or up a little bit. But that is the high setting. This is the medium. There you go. There you go. It's going to have the red on there. Map reading at nighttime. And then it's going to have this emergency flash on here as well. Oh, wait a minute. Did I do it? There it is. You know what that's good for? If you ever get lost out in the woods with this and you turn on this beam like this, it's probably going to last you, I'm just going to guess, but probably 12 to 15 hours because the low setting on here says it will last for 26 hours. So if you're flashing like this, I'm going to say probably half that, 13 hours, somewhere around there. And if you will hang that high in a tree, as high as you can get, people will see you from a long way off. But for me, as I was saying, when I'm working on my Harley, I'll just use it as an example. Out in the middle of the night, it does happen sometimes. A traditional headlamp just focuses me in one area. This particular headband gives me 210 degrees of illumination that, man, you can't beat that. And it's bright, or it doesn't have to be bright. And I've had it on my head several times, and it doesn't weigh on the neck. It does, you know, something heavy on your neck like this. It doesn't cause a lot of tension up against your cranium to where you're going to get a headache. It's a great ad. They give this a value of $50, and you are into this for $59.99. Now you got to remember, you just came out of the basic box that had a value of $67. So now you are sitting at $117, and you only invested $59.99. That's pretty good. It comes with a stuff sack as well. That's pretty cool, right? And that moves us to the Pro Box. And in the Pro Box this month is 2 items. I'm going to take a little sip of coffee here. Pro Box has got 2 items, and I would say this is kind of weather related. Right now it's cold out here, and these are great products for what I would say is perfect for this weather. First one is the 511 Tactical Halo Neck Gator. Now remember, you're into this box for $109.99, and you're already at $117. Okay, head of the game. All right, this is the Halo Neck Gator from 511 Tactical. It is a polyester style neck gaiter that fits over your head. It can just protect your neck. You can bring it up and protect your face as well. You can wear it as a tube across over your ears. There's a lot of configurations that you can do with this. I love it that it is breathable. It's very, very light. I have several neck gaiters, merino wool, traditional wool. I don't have any cotton ones anymore. I got rid of those. I do not have a polyester one. But the only thing when I hear polyester, and there's no reason for me to have my neck near a fire, but polyester will melt if it gets too close to the fire. Just got to remember that. But these are great, especially if you're sitting out in a deer stand somewhere or you're traipsing through the woods when it's biting. This right here is a great ad. They give this a value of $15, and we kind of concur to that. Yeah, that's probably what that is worth. So $15 is that. Now, the next one is what you saw me using outside this morning. It is the Zippo Heat Bake 9S Plus. Now, I'm old enough to remember when Zippo came out with the lighter fluid style hand warmers that are almost as big as this. You know, they were heavy, they were bulky, they would leak. I used one maybe once or twice, and then I canned it because it leaked on me and I didn't like it. This is the Zippo Heat Bank. It is rechargeable, and it'll also charge other devices. You can charge 2 different USB devices, whether it's a phone, a headlamp, whatever it might be. But this is impressive, man. They give this a value of $64.95. We'll call it $65. So it's $80 worth of gear that you're getting inside of here with the neck gaiter. But this has got 3 settings, heat settings on it. And this morning I had it inside the pouch, the front pouch of the anorak, and I went ahead and turned it up to the third setting and I was having it heat both sides. You can heat just one side, or you can heat both sides, and I had it on both sides on high setting, and it's 15 degrees out, and it kept my core very, very warm. Matter of fact, I was starting to get hot on the inside with this. It also has a flashlight with it. As I said, it is rechargeable. This is a great little ad right here. And I think that if you are an outdoorsman of any kind, and you're going to be out in the fall, winter, or spring, you know, during those winter months, this is a great ad to have. Now, just like everybody else, I've got a whole 2 or 3 cases of the hand warmers that I will usually buy during the off season at Walmart when they put them on the discount shelves for 10 cents a piece or whatever. I'm not kidding you. I bought them like that. Matter of fact, I don't know where the cases are at, but I bought several cases like that a few years ago, and I still have them. This is going to not replace all of them, obviously, because I got some for the boots, I've got some for the body, but this will serve to replace some of them. It comes in 4 different colors. We got the black one, but I did want to say this, is that one of the things that I get asked about anything that's rechargeable, how long will the battery last? Well, according to Zippo, with both sides on high, it'll last 9 hours. And I'm going to tell you, unless you're using it like I did up against my body, you won't want it on that third setting because it got very hot. And when I took my gloves off to reach in to get it, you know, it could, I won't say it'll burn your hands, but I mean, it was hot, very, very hot. So it does its job. It's a great ad. Comes with a lanyard and, of course, the charging cable itself. They give it a value of $64.95, and again, we're going to call that $80, and you add that to what you already have, the $117. You're into this for $109. You got $117. That puts you at $197, and all you paid was $109, and you haven't even gotten into the Pro Plus Knife of the Month yet. But we're not done with this Zippo here because, bink, we have got another discount card. You get 20% off of any rechargeable hand warmer. I don't know if we'll use this. I may pass this on to somebody else because I don't know if, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I love this. This is not going anywhere. This is staying in my possession. Don't touch it. So that's a nice little ad there, and that's one of the things that you find about BattlBox all the time. Is that almost every month they will have their vendors where they get their products from. They'll have them, you know, throw in a little bump on a card like that. And for some, if you don't use it, it does you no good and it has no value to you. So you got to get out and use it, right? All right, so now that takes us to the Coup de Gras, the Pro Plus, and this month, this knife is really, really cool. This comes from Lord & Field, BattlBox Sisters Company, right? It's called the Tommy P, and it's a Puko style knife. But let me read you a little bit here. Tommy P, it's excellent for general bushcrafting. This is a type of knife that you'll find in most Scandinavian woodside villages, outbacks, whatever. It is a very popular knife with woodsy folks in those areas. This happens to be a very, very tightly put together knife. I like this style right here. I'll tell you a little bit about it before I take it out. It says this knife is a Puko style with a Scandi grind AUS-10 steel blade finished off with a stacked leather handle for all-day comfort in the hand. That is true, okay? And I have received a lot of questions about this knife. And there were some criticisms, not about the knife, but about the sheath. We'll get to that in just a second. But if you'll focus on this knife, this is a true bush crafter's knife. It is. Not just bushcrafting. I mean, it's good for processing game. Anything you want to do, it's not bad to hang on your side and take this out. And this could be an EDC knife for you. I wouldn't I wouldn't delegate this to a tackle box or anything like that. This is a user's knife. And it's very, very stout. Now, I can't tell you if it is a full tang knife or not. There's nothing in here. I haven't done any research on this knife online with Lord & Field. But it feels like a very handy dandy knife. So this is what I would say. I wouldn't beat the crap out of this knife. I'd be very, very careful. As a matter of fact, we just dropped a video on how to build a bushcraft tool called a mallet. We did a 3-part basic bushcraft tools, and I talked about mallets, and not only just mallets, but building a series of mallets to where you can use a mallet with a knife like this, but you don't want to use a great big old honking caveman club type of mallet with a knife like this. You'd build yourself a smaller one and just be able to control that, right? Use it with your chisels too. But we're talking about the Puko knife, and I'm saying don't beat the crap out of this knife. Now, it does have a tremendously sharp 90-degree spine on there. You know, I think that you could actually cut your finger if you really gave it a lot of effort. But I love this knife. Here's what I would tell you, though, I'm going to do to this knife. I'm going to take off this lacquer or whatever finish is on here, right? And the way I'll take this off is with acetone. Acetone will eat that off right away. You just got to be careful. You don't let the acetone sit on there. You just wipe it off the rag. That stuff, whatever it is, if it's lacquer, if it's shellac, whatever it is, it's coming off right now. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to treat it. And I'll probably treat it with our bush butter. And if you're one of those that wants to use the boiled linseed oil, that'll work fine for you too. I like that just as much as I do using the bush butter. It's just that the bush butter has been in my hands for a long time, and I trust it. And I'm going to keep this knife. I love this knife. This is the size of blade that I like to take out in the bush with me. You've heard me say that 100 times. And this one is very, very sharp as well. It is, man, that is smooth. I bet I could actually shave it. Let's see something here. Oh yeah, now you can't see that, but I just shaved off a small portion of the stubble on my beard. So now, let's talk about the sheath, because that was the big question that people were getting at, or the complaint that they made about this knife. You know, the knife is beautiful. The knife is great, right? The sheath, be honest, I'm not feeling all kinds of love for this sheath either, but it is what it is. And I think that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to either make one myself or have another one made, because I am not going to get rid of this. But I will make a dangler for this particular knife and make sure that it is snug as a bug in a rug. You know, that would be the only thing. And I think this is the second sheath that I've seen from BattlBox that I thought was, you know, lack of a better term, a little cheesy. They had a fishing knife a few years ago that I had a couple people that tried to use it and pushed it right through the sheath. You know, we got to do a little bit better on those sheaths, guys. But as far as the knife is concerned, this is a great ad. This box is just great. Now, the price on this guy is $119.99. We'll call it $120. We were at $197, so that is $297. That makes it $317. Yeah, $317, and what you paid was $159.99. As I said, BattlBox has turned the corner. They kept their promise. The vision is right. They got a new guy, John Roman, at the helm, and we are getting ready to drop the winter edition. And in that winter edition, we've got you an update on BattlBox and all things BattlBox is what's happening. They're still impressing us. And more importantly, I got to tell you, this is what drives us, is our subscribers that write us and say, hey, we really enjoy BattlBox. Thank you for pointing us the BattlBox direction. I've enjoyed it, etc., etc. We get a lot of positive emails about BattlBox. They've always got interesting stuff that gives us content to write about, put a video out for them or whatever. You know, so it's always great. You know, BattlBox does a great job. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you liked it. And if you did, hit that like and share button and become a subscriber. When you do, We'll put you in our monthly database where we're going to give you something out of our vault. It might be a knife, it might be bush butter, it might be a survival fire kit from Wood Tramp Gear, whatever. So until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, be safe out there, especially right now. Man, it is dangerous. Did I just say dangerous? It's dangerous out there.